Oh, hi there. It's Mark Guillermo of 413 Group, here again for another 413 review where we take a quick look at the origins of the bali-song. Roll it! Hey everyone, by the way, this bali-song right here is actually a comb. Yeah, for my beautiful hair, right there. But what is a bali-song really? So bali-song is a knife that has two handles that counter-rotate around the tang. The great thing about the handles counter-rotating around the tang is it also serves as a sheath of the blade and also cuts the length of the knife in half. I think that's a pretty smart design. So we're going to be talking about the origins of the bali-song, and just like Filipino martial arts, the origins are quite hard to pinpoint. Yup, no surprise there. Good job, Filipinos. To demonstrate that, for example, let's talk about the origin of the name bali-song. So if you haven't heard of the term bali-song, you might have heard of the term butterfly knife, or less commonly known as fan knife, Batangas folder, or even Manila folder, which actually I think of those, folders, but So a lot of people, including Jeff Imada, who is a very well-known martial arts choreographer, say that the etymology of balisong comes from baling sungay. What does that mean? Broken horn. Baling sungay. And then it's a shortening of it, which becomes bali-song. 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 But why broken horn though? Because some of the traditional Filipino balisongs are made with carabao horn inserts on the handles. Now this one unfortunately doesn't have that. This is completely made out of steel. A lot of other people say, however, that it was called balisong because there were very many of these being produced in a barangay called Balisong in the municipality of Taal in the Batangas province, which is also why it's called Batangas knife or Batangas folder. So, but then, which came first? So were the knives called balisong and then they named this barangay that produced a lot of them balisong, or was the barangay balisong and then they created these knives and named it after their area? What do you think? And if you have some hard evidence, that would also be great. Put it down in the comment sections down below. And another well-known nickname for the balisong is 29, because some of the traditional balisongs are 29 centimeters in length, not 29 inches, like some of you think. But others, though, say that it's called 29 because there was a really skilled Filipino martial artist who decided that he was going to use a balisong to slay 29 people, and that was why it was called the 29. Which do you think? Let me know also in the comment sections. Now, enough about the names. What about the actual balisong? Where did it originate from? Now, just like when you're asking someone during a boxing fight between Pacquiao and someone else, who are you rooting for? They'll keep saying Pacquiao. Now, almost everyone you ask will say that the balisong is from the Philippines, right? If you're Filipino, you're probably thinking that. I mean, I tell all of my friends that the balisong is from the Philippines. Heck, I'm from Batangas. I'm Batangueño. But actually, we're not entirely sure that the balisong actually originated from the Philippines. Why? Because there are actually some European balisongs that are dated way older than any Filipino balisong out there. For example, this French one right here. There are even patents from different European countries, like here. Now looking at these, you might be thinking, well, then it is from Europe. But then you could also think of it this way, that there were some Europeans traveling to the Philippines. They saw these incredible knives and they thought to themselves, wow, we can patent these and make a lot of money from them. But we don't really know. There's a lot of sources out there and there's a lot of theories, lots of evidences for both sides. Although if you ask me what I think, I mean, are you really gonna ask me that? I'm Batangueño, man. You know what I'm gonna say. Well, I actually think that the first ever butterfly knives were made in Europe, not the Philippines. What? What? Blasphemy. Blasphemy. Aren't you Batangueño, Mark? Why? I know, but please listen a little bit for a second, right? Before you stop watching this video. I think they were brought in by European sailors, most likely the Spaniards, because the Philippines was a Spanish colony. Now, if it was actually created by Spaniards, which I believe they were not, either the French or the British, whoever. But it came from Europe, and they designed some sort of a multi-tool. But it wasn't really for practical use, it was more of a novelty. And then it got carried all the way to the Philippines, and the Filipinos, seeing the incredible ingenuity of these knives, thought to themselves, I like that, but I can do it better, huh? So as soon as the Filipinos took it, made it their own, that's when the butterfly knife really became the bali-song. So all in all, I compare it to the ramen. Yes, the noodles. Now if I ask you where the ramen is from, you're probably gonna think, oh, Japan, it's Japanese. However, it can be traced back to China. It's the same thing. Ramen was brought in to Japan by the Chinese, and then the Japanese took it and was like, this is really good, but I can make it better. And then boom, now it's distinctly Japanese. So what separates ramen from the ramen-like stuff that predated it that were from China? The craftsmanship. Because the Japanese people, they saw what the original Chinese ones had and then put in their own flair, their own soul into it, their craftsmanship, and perfected it. And so the Filipinos, they did pretty much the same thing. They found these butterfly knives from Europe, thought that it was a really great tool, but that they could use it and create something even better using their own hands. I remember as a little kid in the Philippines, in Batangas, I was about, I would say 10 years old. We went to Barangay Balisong as a field trip. Yes, little kids. And we had some pocket money to buy some souvenirs. So I bought a balisong about this length. And little kid Mark is playing around with the balisong inside the bus while we were moving in the mountain. That was a fun time. Nobody got hurt. And then afterwards, we walked into the mall, all of us kids with balisongs in our pockets. And somehow we were all able to get in. And then we came back into the bus and got back home and played around with it even more. Yes, that's the Batangueño way. But another important thing that I saw in that barangay was that these little kids were making the balisongs, and they talked about how they made it. That they used these springs from cars, and they even talked about taking some metal from the railroad, and that's the reason why there's a lot of derailings in the Philippines. I don't really know if that was a true story, but that was something they were telling us that I distinctly remember as a little kid. But definitely what also stuck out to me was just the craftsmanship that went into creating these blades that made it truly Filipino, these balisong knives. So then what do you guys think? Let's start some very vigorous conversation. Do you think that the first balisongs originated from the Philippines or from Europe? Let me know in the comment sections down below. And once again, thank you very much for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And since you're already around here, there's a notification bell down there. Click it so that you can see the latest video that'll be coming up, because this is going to be a series for the balisong. Till next time, everyone.